Good morning, everyone. Welcome to new month, 1st of May 2023. So we have completed January, February, March and April. 4 months were successfully completed in this year. So this is May day. So what is the current affairs that we have in this May? 11 dead after inhaling toxic gases in Ludhiana. Very sad news. Modi marks 100th episode of Man Ki Baat with nostalgia. This was started, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister has started this on October 3rd, 2014. And today it was almost 100th episode, a very great news coming. CM opens new secretariat complex in Telangana, sorry. So these are the front pages news that you have. So in the middle pages, there is nothing, but in the education plus, a balance of work and play is very important. So educational curriculum should include both education as well as extracurricular activities like singing, dancing, sports, all these things. So consider your interest whenever you are going to look for your career options, look what your interests are, then that is going to help you. So this is the message that it has got. So followed by the editorial page directly. Followed by the editorial. In the editorial page, India's SDG pledge goal and the strategy to apply. Now what it is being said is, so there are 17 goals and 269 targets in SDG that we have to achieve or the globe has to achieve by 2030. India being world's largest populated country, the success of SDG at the global level is going to depend on the success that it is going to see in India. Accordingly, what is the status of sustainable development goals that we have to reach by 2030 as of now? We have crossed more than half of the time. So what are the success that India has seen? The good news is that India is on target as far as sustainable development goals are considered, and out of the 33 sustainable development goals, 14 sustainable development goals relating to the so-called neonatal and under 5 mortality has been achieved by India, and the neonatal mortality as far as health indicators are considered, India has successfully shown this thing. Next one is indicators such as eliminating adolescent pregnancy, reducing multi-dimensional poverty index, and women having bank accounts have improved across the vast majority in the districts between 2016 and 2021. Again, this is a substantial improvement. Further, there has been something called so on the health sector and the women development, we are on the target, but off the target are some issues like clean energy fuel for cooking, and then 2/3 of the majority of our country are off the targets. At the same time, hand washing facilities, improved sanitation facilities are not available. And this is at the moderate phase. The most challenging aspect is gender inequality that is existing in India. The child marriages before the legal age is one of the highest thing that India is seeing. The prevalence of child marriages to the sustainable development goals of 0.5% by 2030, but it was not happening in India. This is something. So as far as child marriages is considered, we had a very limited success. So what are the lessons from COVID-19? The lessons that we have taught during COVID-19 is, when this disease was spread, despite huge population, we are able to contain it at a very higher level. This shows that when the highest level of political management and when there is coordination among the departments, we can achieve any sustainable development goals as we have achieved the containment of COVID-19. So the optimal utilization of resources was seen during COVID-19. Hence, that has to be the thing which has to go whenever we are thinking about sustainable development goals. Along with this, during COVID-19, we have also created one more thing, a new technology to solve some problems. What is that new technology? Such as Arogya Setu app or COVID platform. All these have helped the country in order to target or in order to reach the sustainable development goals. And finally, one important thing that we have reached is, as early as March 2020, in order to solve the problem of food security during COVID-19, we have come out with Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, which was later extended for 2023 year as free food for the entire year. So all these are the changes that were seen during COVID-19, and this really shows that when there is commitment, as we have controlled COVID-19, this is very easy to control or to achieve sustainable development goals. Now we have almost 7 years left by 2030. Hence, we should go with a decadal plan where we can be in a good path to achieve all the sustainable development goals of 17 and 169 targets altogether. So basic quality of infrastructure, gender equality are to be given most important, and population health and well-being also should be focused. All these things, if it is given, it is going to be a great thing. On May Day, Director General of International Labour Organization Gilbert Hongbo has written an article, Tread a New Path, one that prioritizes social justice. Now, what it is saying is building back better. Norm. What is this building back better? After COVID-19, many people and many workers, particularly in the unorganized sector, lost their employment. As a result, we have to build back these things. Right? Globally, real wages have fallen, poverty is rising, inequality seems to be entrenched. Enterprises have been hit hard. As a result, labor are facing huge problem. Hence, the immediate approach of the world has to be that we have to focus on creating decent work for all the people, and we should be in a position to ensure that they are getting some sustainable livelihood opportunities and decent work for all, as was said in sustainable development goal number 8 should be our strategy. Further, it is saying that we have to look at what are the problems that are dividing us, and we have to create global channels which will be there to cooperate us at the highest level. Further, there is one loop that is called doom loop. That is, doom loop is the cycle of uncertainty, losing of jobs. So this is a loop where COVID-19 has struck, people have lost jobs, and then there was some uncertainty or there is doom in the entire world. You have to overcome all these problems by creating a global platform which will speak about the workers altogether. In short, it is telling that after COVID-19, the labor has been feeling huge losses that has to be overcome. Desperate for justice, this is about the sports culture being highly prone to the so-called sexual violence at workplaces. Now, the wrestlers of India are fighting very hard to get this justice that has to be given equal importance, and these things has to be eliminated as far as sports culture wants to be developed in India. Focus on the borders. Recently, there was a summit between Indian defense minister versus his Chinese counterpart, telling that the defense borders are unstable, or the relations between India and China are highly dependent on stable um borders. But the borders have been disturbed since 2020, as China is going or occurring since the times of Galwan clash incidents. This is the thing that is happening. So they have written that not that important. The erosion of hard-won labor laws. Now again, this is on the context of law relating to labor codes. On May Day, this was written. Again, what they are telling is recently the government of India has passed 4 labor codes by merging earlier existing laws. Now, why government has done this is to give ease of doing business. But when in line to give ease of doing business, government has given up some hard-won labor laws such as decent work hours, ensuring job security. These things were not ensured in the new labor codes. As a result, people are turning the clock back. So this is the erosion of hard-won labor rights. If you want to have these things, the existing challenges are very, very huge. That is job insecurity, and you are turning the clock back due to lack of political unity as well as trade union cooperation. States are unable to change labor laws without much opposition, or states are able to change labor laws with much opposition. So there was declining trend in labor unions and declining trend in the opposition. As a result, what it is happening is the number of work hours are not fixed. The people's job security is also not that much given importance at this point of time. Right. So these are the things that you find as far as editorials are considered. If you are interested, you can read ILO's article and this article. Investors drop in Haryana because there was a law in Haryana that 75% private jobs has to be given to local people. As a result, investment was seeing decline. This shows that if you are following some policies which are irrational, obviously investment is going to be stuck at the highest level. Right, after this, directly the text and context page. Stray dogs and poor waste management, we have read many times about this, and they are telling that in India, almost we are going to have a large amount of solid waste management or solid waste. Around 1,50,000 metric tons of urban solid waste is generated, and this is not being treated. As a result, stray dogs are capturing on it and they are breeding at a very higher level. The protection against refinery projects in Maharashtra are not that important. How hate speech and conspiracies are thriving on Elon Musk's Twitter. Now this is that Twitter no longer has the resources at the staff if it needs to adequately combat hateful conduct. Now, there was huge misspread on Elon Musk after he has taken his Twitter, and Twitter is getting targeted like they are not maintaining the norms, they are not maintaining the social conduct. As a result, spam, criminal content, and misinformation is being spread in the Twitter. That is huge lack of moderation is present here. So this they have given not that important. So this is your Astra for the day. Only some editorials are important, one or two. Please go through it. That's it. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.